talk about a bit different. Welcome to Ekna. So we've come out here, and it's well, you can see for yourself. It's more than a little bit nice, isn't it? So, well, it's very early on the morning. It's still only around about 10 o'clock. Maybe about 11. No, yeah, 10 o'clock, 10:30. So let's do some discussing, shall we? Because, you know, there's nothing else that I can really go on about. I haven't done anything today. We got up and we got up and we got ready and went out, and we've come through to Ekna. We missed the regional. We got there in time for it, but trying to get the extension tickets, because we've got A and B regions, A and B zones, and we need C to get here because it's just outside of Berlin Center. It's about as far away as some of the airports. And we couldn't figure out how to get the ticket machine to print our extension tickets in time. So, you know, we gave up on it. We said, right, we'll just go and get some breakfast, and then we'll go. You know, like we'll take the S-Bahn instead, the one that takes 40 minutes. And yeah, that worked out fine. Rowan was very well behaved. So was I. And yeah, like it's been pretty cool. It's been quite nice. Like we got here, we took around about maybe 10 minutes to get into the water properly, because when you're just getting into it, regardless of how warm it is, it feels pretty cold. You know, I've had a little swim already. You know, felt like fairly happy with what's going on. I'm about as far out now as most people are going. If not, well, huh? Oh wow. Yeah, I'm about as far out now as most people go. It's very shallow, so this is like, well, we're quite far away from the coast now, and we're still not quite as far out as the pier. But yeah, like it's pretty nice, pretty cool. Swimming around and feeling fish against your feet, and you know, feeling little bits of seaweed tangle over your hands every now and again. That's more than a little bit different. But yeah. Breakfast, I got a little fruit pot, little fruit salad sort of thing, and then I picked up some walnuts for all the way through the day. I figure if I'm going to be exercising and swimming and stuff, why not? You know, today's a nice little holiday day in the middle of the week, or the end of the week, I guess. I also got one of those innocent smoothie bowls. It's not the greatest thing, but it's one fruit juice every now and again. You know, I figure I can handle it. My swimming shorts are held up by the tightest possible string tying that I can do. Pretty damn cool. It's quite nice, relaxing. Okay, hi. This is just a quick little insert. We're currently walking along next to the Berlin Wall section. Next to the Spree, and I've just seen possibly the best car ever. It's a stretched limo Trabi. Yeah. today.
Hello, it's day number 60. I hope that you'll forgive the shirtlessness and whatnot in the opening bit there. But went swimming. Oh man, yeah. Today was a good day. Today was a lot of fun. Actually, that's a very, very small part of what we actually did while we were out there. There's a whole bunch of footage of me, Sigurdur, and Rowan just playing in the water and having a good time. It was really nice. It was really good. The GoPro is definitely on its way out though. It just couldn't keep recording for long enough in certain cases. Like if it was out of the water for any real length of time, it overheated and just it wasn't good. So I think it's maybe time to think about replacing it. I mean, it should be okay for little bits and bobs, but I mean, like even getting there. I set a recording just as we left the house, because what I usually do is when we leave the apartment, I set it going, and then I cut the footage when we're a decent distance away from the house. I try and always cut it back in around about the same sort of area, but yeah, it looked like it was recording, but it didn't record a thing up until we were already at Oskreutz. Around about 10 minutes after we got to Oskreutz. So it wasn't even like, it only skipped like 5 minutes or something. It skipped like a good 20 minutes. So yeah, it's not great. But once we were in the water, it lasted well enough. It got some good shots. I've spent the last hour colour correcting and tweaking and making sure that it looks really, really good, and hopefully other people think it looks as good. The footage that you saw there is after it's been colour corrected, after it's been treated, everything. So it might be a little bit off in some cases, but I think I got it pretty good, But we'll see, there's plenty of room for improvement. There always is. So yeah, that was it. As you saw from the subtitles, I didn't actually eat what I bought for breakfast, and I haven't eaten what I bought as a snack throughout the day as well, which, that's typical. At least it's stuff that can stay, and I can have it tomorrow or like Monday or something as well. Yeah. So, after we'd been to Egna, we came back home. We didn't come back home straight away. Sigurd decided that she wanted to have a look for some flip-flops, some sandals. So we got the regional train back, because we didn't take the regional train. We took the S-Bahn out. We took the regional train back, but it didn't stop at Oskreutz, which is one of the stations that's closest to us. It stopped at Ostbahnhof, which is like the main eastern train station, supposedly. And that is a lot closer to the East Side Mall than Oskreutz. So we went into the East Side Mall instead and went and got food at the food court. And we tried this, I think it's called the Sons of Ohana or something like that. It basically does poke balls. So here's what we had up in this corner here. That's what I had. That was a jackfruit bowl. So completely vegan jackfruit bowl. I think the worst thing in it was there was a lime soy dressing, a lime soy sauce dressing. That was it. That was the worst that it could do. I did try a little bit of some of the vegetables on Sigurdar's, because she had this really weird, bright, luminous green vegetable, and neither of us know what it is, and we couldn't identify it on the ingredients list either. But it was tasty enough. So yeah, I think it might have been like pickled lemongrass or something like that. It was very, very strange. but it was tasty. So it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so we had that. We went off and had a look around one of the shops. We bought a couple of little bits and bobs, and Sigurda bought some bubble tea, and then we walked back here. And just as we got back here, Rowan passed out. So I took him and laid him in his bed, made sure he was fine and asleep. And as I was laid there, sort of like giving him a cuddle and calming him down, because he woke up as I was moving him around, as I was transferring him. I felt myself going as well. I was, doing the nodding dog impersonation, as we call it. And I said, right, okay, look, I've got so much to do. I want to get this footage sorted. I want to color correct it, and this and that and the other. I want to make sure I've got everything, and I'm gonna get up. So I got up, I came in here, I turned the fan on so that I could cool down a little bit, and I fell asleep on the sofa instead. As is the way of things, apparently. Sigurda hasn't had a nap all day. She just sat here and watched YouTube and videos of Project Runway and stuff while I was laid on that end of the sofa, just completely out for the count. And then when Rowan woke up, he came in, laid on her and went to sleep for about 10 minutes, then got up and came over and laid next to me on the sofa and just went to sleep for another half hour. So yeah, we all had a nice little chill time of it, let's say. Dexter had a sleep on Sigurda as well, so she wasn't left out. I had the boy, she had the cat, all good. After I woke up, we came up with a shopping list, and I went off and bought a whole bunch of stuff at the supermarket, at the Netto, just to tide us over for the next couple of days and a little bit of next week, because Sigurda and I are both kind of batch cook some stuff tomorrow. I'm going to do the Sigurda's beetroot bake. I have no idea whether or not the GoPro is up to the task, but I can hope. And, I'll certainly try and get as much footage as I can out of it. Anyway, I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that, but, we'll give it a good go. And that'll be my safety stuff, basically. That'll be what I use if the next time that I make it and actually record for a proper video on it. Hopefully that'll work out, that'll fill some gaps. If not, it might be that next month we drop a bit of cash on a new TV, because Sigurda's definitely wanting that to be the next purchase, but also maybe get the GoPro refurbished or buy another one that's around about I like that one. It like this. Look, it's small, it's square, it does the job, it's perfect. Apart from the fact that it's dying. So if we can get one that's the same but refurbished and should do okay and stop the overheating problem. I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Of course, the Hero 7s, I think they're a little bit expensive. I might have a look and see what the prices on Hero 6s and stuff are. If they're not too bad, I'll pick one of those up. But, that's for a few weeks from now. Anywho, so we're going to cook. Got all the stuff for cooking today. And then it came to dinner. Came to dinner time. Now, Sigurda said that she was really in the mood for pizza, but didn't want to muck around too much. So she was going to get she asked me to get her a salami pizza from Netto. I said, you know what? We've had a good day. It's definitely a holiday sort of weekend sort of thing. I'm gonna get myself something as well. I'm gonna get something vegetarian, because I even managed to have something that was really quite good for lunch and stuff as well. and we've had the swim. It's been a really, really nice day. I just fancied having a little bit of an indulgence, let's say. So I bought cheese pizza, just a plain 3 cheese pizza. Or I would have bought a plain 3 cheese pizza if it wasn't Piccolinos, whatever they are. They look like this. And they're tiny, tiny little pizza things around about like this, I want to say. They're a little bit bigger than a mouthful. And Rowan likes them, and Saguta likes them, and I thought, oh, if I get some, it's not quite that good, but it's something that I can nibble on. I can maybe have some salad or something with it. And then I didn't eat any salad with it, and I ate quite a few, but and that was pretty good. They're very oniony. They've got some onion in them as well. I think like quite a chunk of it, because it tastes very, very oniony and very cheesy. But like really, really good. And then for dessert, Saguta had said, I want a warm dessert. And I said, okay, I'll try and find something for you. And wouldn't you know it, I found an apple pie, an apple crumble that does use butter and does have sugar and stuff, but again, it's been a pretty good day. I'd already had a vegetarian dinner. Figured like a vegetarian dessert sort of thing wouldn't be amiss. So I had a chunk of that with some ice cream that I bought probably about a year ago. Now, I wasn't going to have ice cream or anything with it, but I thought that I would push the boat out just for today. It's day 60. It's 2 whole months that I've been eating properly, let's say, like following my diet plan as much as I possibly can. I've had a couple of little breaks here and there where I've gone vegetarian for a day instead, or eaten vegetarian fare. And I thought, you know what? I just wanna have some. It's really, really warm. Let's just go for it. I'll have a little bit of ice cream with it. I know it doesn't look like a little bit of ice cream. It looks like quite a chunk, especially in like one of the big ramen bowls that we've got. But it's been eaten now. Sue me. Oh dear. I'll probably regret it when I get on the scales tomorrow. But you know what? I'm really, really happy. I can't remember whether or not I edited exactly the point or not, but when I was recording the vlog in the water, I make a reference to cheating a little bit, and what that meant was, like, I can't remember if I left it in or not, but anyway, so what that meant was Tuesday. Tuesday is my weigh-in day, and I weighed in and I was 117.7 exactly. Now, I weigh myself every single morning. The cheat was I was going to tell you what I weighed in as today. And, I had like this little story about how much work had gone into reaching this point from that point the last time that I lost weight. Because the last time that I lost weight in Bristol, I went from 117.8, 117.7, somewhere about there, when I started, to today's weigh-in. And today's weigh-in was, it was pretty decent. But doing that before, when I was doing like a keto diet and I was exercising every single day and doing all of this stuff, that took 2 weeks. Whereas doing it whole foods plant-based and starch solution mix, it's taken me how long ago was Tuesday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days. It's taken less than a week to hit a point that took 2 weeks previously. So I've been riding a little bit of a high today, and then like doing a lot more exercise than I usually do, because usually I'm just like lifting up Rowan and tossing him around and playing with him and all of that sort of stuff. Pick up the cat, throw the cat, whatever. But today we went out and played in the water and went for swims, and we spent hours in there. So, I kind of thought, it doesn't matter if I eat massively okay today, even though I did overall eat, I would argue, pretty decently. I suppose I should stop teasing it, shouldn't I? Today's weigh-in was 116.4. So over 5 days I've lost 1.5 kilos. I think what it might very well be is there are, the visceral fat is like the really solid fat that is around all of your organs and stuff. That's the bad stuff. Like, all fat is bad, but the stuff where it's a big, clumpy chunk of cottage cheese that sits around your organs and stuff, that's the really bad stuff. That's the stuff that kills you because everything overheats. That's the stuff that causes organ failure and stuff. That's the stuff that gets in your arteries and blocks them and raises your blood pressure by ridiculous amounts and stuff. I think what is happening with my body when I'm, experiencing these things of whooshes and whatnot, my body's reached a point of getting through, not quite as saturated the fat as the rest of it, let's say. So it's not going through like this big, hard, solid chunk of flab anymore. It's just going through like veins and marbling, marbling in a steak, let's say. Whereas when it gets to one of those big chunks, it's like trying to chew the gristle from some bacon or like a big steak rind or something. And it takes a few days to get through one of those big chunks, but when it's just going through the little stuff, it just burns right through it. That's my analogy. I'm completely wrong from a biological standpoint, I would imagine, but that's how I imagine it. I know that some people are like, oh yeah, here, like working on a bit of bacon that I had 2 years ago today, and 2 days later it's gone. That sort of thing. But I think of it as I'm trying to get through these big chunks of fat that I've already put in and, has been stored. So I think that's why I've been experiencing this little bit of a whoosh, especially after, a couple of weeks of inactivity and just like meandering along and a little bit of yo-yoing and stuff. And I fully expect probably about another 3 or 4 days from now, I'll hit another point where I bounce up and I come down and I bounce up and I come down. And that'll go on for about another week, 2 weeks maybe. And then I'll hit another little easy street. So yeah, I figured I could afford to treat myself with a little bit of ice cream, and it's Black Forest Canto ice cream. It's Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, which, yeah, like you cannot blame me for that. I don't think. Anyway, there we go. I'm also not going to lie, today, like, recording this vlog today is, I actually struggled with getting the motivation to do it today for the first time pretty much ever. Like, I've been late with recording vlogs a couple of times, but it's not through lack of wanting to, it's just lack of opportunity to do it. Today I actually just sat here because I've just finished editing all of these little videos and, getting everything ready and sending it off to family and this, that and the other, of me, Rowan and Sigurta playing together in the water and colour correcting like the vlog entry and doing all of this and that and the other. I've been editing already for around about 2 hours. and adding more editing on top of that just did not feel like a good thing to do. So I sat here and went, oh, maybe I can put it off a bit. Maybe I can just not record it until tomorrow. But you know what? No, that wouldn't be fair. Like, we're going to do it. We're going to get it uploaded. We're going to get it all edited together and put up. And off we go. So, that's what we're gonna do. Dear. Right, well, I suppose there's nothing else really to say at this point. I've covered everything that I want to cover, covered everything that I need to cover. It's obviously been ridiculously warm today, as you can see from the outside footage. Even with me, playing around with color correction and stuff, like that's just to get it looking as close to what it actually looks like to the human eye as I can. But yeah, I should probably just get on, edit it all together. It's midnight now. Edit it together, get it sorted, get it uploaded, done. So that's what I'm going to do. So, thank you very much for joining me. Welcome to the couple of new subscribers since last night as well. It's really strange, by the way, getting like little notifications through the day of, oh, this person subscribed to your channel, and okay, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm up to probably about 40 more subscribers today than I thought I would get. Now, granted, I've only got 43 subscribers, but still way more than I thought I would get. So that's pretty good. I'm hoping that people are following along and sort of enjoying this little weird window into the life of a very strange person doing a very silly thing. Or at least I started on a very silly thing. Like, now I think I've got it cracked. But yeah, hope you're enjoying. By all means, keep, drop comments and send me messages and all sorts of things. Tell me about stuff you want to see, and I'll work it all out. Anyway, right, gonna go. I'm gonna stop procrastinating. I'm gonna stop putting it off as well, and I'm gonna edit this all together. So, thank you very much for joining me. I shall see you tomorrow, and have a good one. Bye.